Felix, what went wrong the other day?
I don't know. It's just life of a cyclist, life in general. No, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. There's not really an obvious reason for it. I'm not sick or anything else like that. I was just, I was blocked.
You had problems on that climb, and then you were distanced on the descent.
I was from the start, the first time already. The first time we went up there, I was already kind of dropped. Then I came back over the top. The second time I was dropped again. Made it back on the last few hundred meters. Then, if you're last entering the descent as the last guy, then it's difficult to stay in the bunch. But I wouldn't have changed anything. I believe, it was just not my day.
I guess social media will have no doubt who's the team leader now.
I don't know what. Hey, I think you're fabricating something here. You're always looking for drama in the story, no? No, it's we are still in the leaders jersey, and it's 100% for Ben.
Felix, when you've had things like this happen, when you've experienced maybe similar things before, had a really bad day, in general, can you bounce back pretty quickly? Are you sort of confident you will be able to?
Yeah, it's something not so easy, but it was good that we had a rest day yesterday, and I was super tired. I mean, who isn't tired now in the third week? But it's just now I have a nice goal with Ben. And I hope, it's less pressure now also, and for me personally, and I think, this way I hope to find the legs again.
Ben, just to even up things, could you switch bikes before the final climb and do some drafting behind the decathlon car?
I know, it was a strange one, that one, but I'm not going to complain with the extra 20 seconds.
But not even that. I mean, I think you rode quite well, all in all, on the day. You said it was a climb that would suit you, but you did ride well.
Yeah, it was good. I wasn't excellent. I think the final I definitely should have been a bit better, but so be it. Today's actually super, super important. I think for the whole GC battle, it's probably the most important day of the week for me itself. So pretty keen to get it done.
How much different is today's final climb for you?
I think it's just it's a time where it really can help solidify your podium spot as well, not only just the jersey itself. Because then afterwards there's only 2 mountain stages, and normally pretty confident with my time trial. So it's one of those really important days to solidify that kind of moment.
And did you learn anything from 2021 at that stage, seeing that the stage could open early?
I'm glad it's dry for now, because that looked pretty rough. I think there's also, they did that climb twice, whilst we have a pretty different approach. So I think the descent's pretty important, but I think also if you look at how Bahrain rode it, it also showed that it can be controlled if you've got a strong team.
Do you have your own pacing strategy for Covadonga?
Not actually really, to be honest. I think it's more not overdoing it, to be honest. That's about it.
And back to the 20 seconds. Do you have any thoughts on whether the punishment was fair?
I mean, the commissaires saw it as fair, so I mean, there's nothing really else you can say. They're the ones who rule the sport.
Could those 20 seconds actually be crucial to you?
It could be really crucial to me holding on to this jersey as long as I can do. Maybe it'll have a good effect, but in the end, Sunday we'll figure that out.
And just one for me. Everyone seems to be costing on to the fact that Primoz doesn't necessarily like a hard, day all day, a high pace all day on these big kilojoule stages. Does it still feel like a bit of a leap of faith to say we as Decathlon are going to make it hard all day for that purpose?
Yeah, I think you can say that, but in the end he's won La Vuelta 3 times, or was it 4 times? 3. Well, there you go. Well, I'm sure he's had many a hard day, and he's gone through many a hard day and still won the race. So, and it's one of those ones as well where you can look a bit like a fool if you do that, and then he crushes you at the end still.
You don't have social media anymore, so you don't care.
Exactly. So there's no hard feelings. If I do anything wrong, I never see it. But I think it's something to be aware of, because you never like to lose a race from your own mistake.
What a wonderful way to live. No social media in your life.
I mean, I still have Instagram, but it's a different kind of story.
Mike, did you get a chance to rest yesterday, or what did you do on your rest day?
Caught up on a lot of administrative stuff. You neglect a lot of things over the course of the week, and I got a good nap in. Went for a ride. Wished it was a bit longer, that rest day. I entered this rest day like feeling like I'd finished the Grand Tour. The last day, the stage 15 really felt like it was like the last day of a Grand Tour. And it was just like the previous rest day. Going into the previous rest day, it felt like you're going into the second rest day. It's just been that challenging a race, and we have another huge day on tap.
I got some bad news for you. We have one more week of racing to go, and it kicks off with the Covadonga. You weren't here in 2021. Have you ridden the climb before? It's a bit of a stair-stepping climb. I think not consistent gradients, but steep gradients.
Yeah, I did it back in 2018. I was in the Gruppetto on that day. Tried to get in the breakaway, wasn't successful. But today the big goal is to get in the breakaway and see if I can challenge myself on that climb, see if I can contend for the win. It isn't the hardest HC climb, but like you said, it is. There are a lot of steps to it, and the steep parts are quite challenging.
It's crazy to think it's our only second 4 category climb in this Vuelta. I know you're tired heading into the third week, but your experience in dealing with this, looking around at your American teammates, Riccitello and Sheehan, how do you see those guys, and are you giving them any words of wisdom, patting them on the back as they head into this stage, the third week?
For sure. I mean, they've just gotten better as the races progressed. Riley particularly is thriving now that the weather is a bit cooler. Matthew, I think, is ready for this week. He's just been riding progressively better since his crash. I've just been giving him some pats on the back and applause, because they've been getting better every day, and I foresee them being even better this week.
Do you see yourself as like the spiritual one, the one that riders turn to for guidance as you're getting, well, Mike, a little bit older?
I like to be a bit more of a mentor. I think I really enjoy that role. But I also draw a lot of inspiration from these young guys. The way our team's been racing this whole race, we've been so aggressive. We're in every move. We're covering everything. And I draw a lot of inspiration from how our young guys on the team just bring it every day. Bring that excitement, bring that energy. And I'm really lucky to be the age that I am, but be in an environment where I get to work with young guys like that. And it makes me step up.
And you have a stage win in this race. I mean, it's all good heading into the third week.
Yeah, the atmosphere in the team's been great, and that win again was a product of the hard work of those guys. But yeah, it's been a really successful race already for us. Corbin's been sprinting so well. Marco's been in several moves, and we even had George going well in the GC until a few days ago. So still a lot of opportunities for us. We're going strong, and hopefully we can get another win.
If I can say, enjoy the day.
I'll try. Thanks.
Sepp, if I remember 2021, you helped set up Primoz for victory at Covadonga. How are things going to be different in 2024?
Actually that year he did it all on his own. He was attacked with Bernal, and I was just sitting behind. So for me it was pretty easy. Yeah.
It's a different climb than what we saw the other day at Cuito Negro. It's not consistent all the way up. How would you describe the differences?
Yeah, it's hard. I think if you attack really early, you can make a difference. But with all the short downhill bits towards the end, guys can come back. But yeah, the day after a rest day, also the stage before is quite hard. So for sure there'll be tired legs. Just have to see how it is in the second half of the climb.
How are you in this third week, do you think?
I think good. Had a good rest day. Feel more or less recovered. Have to get through the first hour today and blow out the cobwebs and then see how it goes. If it's due to a planned bike change, then maybe there's a bit less pity from the jury. That's always the risk that you have to take if you plan something like that.
Jack, will you be changing your bike today heading into that final climb?
No, I won't be changing the bike, and the climb's not quite as hard as the other days, and I actually mentioned on my podcast that I saw Primoz.
Little plug for the podcast.
Of course. Rest Day with Jack Haig. Check it out. On the same day that Mike Woods won the stage, I saw Primoz actually test riding the bike outside the bus before the start of the stage, and I kind of expected him to do the bike change there, but Movistar sort of controlled that stage, and then we obviously saw him do the bike change on stage 15. It makes sense. I think you get the extra gear ratios that really help on those steeper climbs. The bike's also a bit lighter, which on those steep gradients help a lot. But maybe it wasn't the right moment for him to change the bike, needing the car to come back and having to use the car so much that he took the 22nd time penalty there.
Yeah, they had it sneakily on the team car, but it's the second bike in too. And as you said, they had it the other day, but he didn't use it. Now, Jack, we're heading into stage 16, the first day after the rest day. How is that for riders? I know you guys were in Oviedo yesterday. Did you get out and ride? What do you do to prepare for a stage like this after a rest day?
So it was a bit of a split group. So we had 2 guys do rollers inside, and then 3 of us rode outside. I was one of the 3 that went outside. It's also just nice to leave the hotel a little bit, get outside. It wasn't too cold, and it was just light rain most of the day. And then just a short little effort on one of the climbs. Nothing too hard because I was quite fatigued after stage 15. And then, today, especially when it's the second rest day of the Grand Tour, can be a bit of a lottery depending on how you feel. I hope I feel quite good and I can try go for the breakaway at the beginning. But also for the GC guys, it's going to be quite interesting to see how they go with such a hard stage after the rest day. This year in the Tour de France, we didn't really have a hard day after the rest day, so you never really got to see anyone have a particularly bad day. But we'll wait and see after today what happens.
Let's not forget, you did make the escape the other day. I think the legs ran out on you. We had T-Rex controlling things, and then Primoz went to the front there in the final. How do you think it'll play out today, and how does that factor kind of into how you play things for the escape?
Yeah, I managed to get in the breakaway stage 15. I actually had a mechanical on the second time over the climb that we did laps of. So I was with Sivakov and Vlasov going over that, but it was a ridiculous day, to be honest. It was super hard. It's one of the hardest days I've had in a Grand Tour. And then I was kind of surprised when the peloton caught me that it was Quick-Step controlling the pace. We'll have to see. Obviously, you have probably Primoz, Enric, and Landa as the biggest contenders to overtake Ben if he has a bad day. And then for them to figure out that order, they need to start taking a bit of risk and playing with some tactical moves, I think.
Name of the podcast again?
The Rest Day with Jack Haig is on the Escape Collective Network. Go check it out. You can hear all about my rest day, hear about my team, and how hard the day in the Vuelta has been.
Luis Angel, Lago de Covadonga. You were there in 2021. It's one of those mythical climbs here in Spain, especially in Asturias. What do you expect today?
Yeah, for sure. It's a mythical climb here in La Vuelta. It was the first final climb in TV, in live, and for that is a mythical. I remember when I was young to show the final in the television, and for sure it's a mythical stage. It's one of the most iconic finals of the Vuelta, and also it's a really hard stage. Also after a rest day, and that's can be dangerous, because yesterday was not an easy day with a lot of rain, and maybe we can see some surprise today. Why not?
Will you be doing a bike change?
No. I try to save my body and day by day, but I will see. I try to be in the breakaway in the first part, and after in the second part, I will see.
The victories of Kern Pharma, I guess, bode well for second division Spanish teams. Now, Escutel must be kind of hungry.
For sure. I think it's a good news for the small cycling, for the small teams, and if they can, we can also. Why not? For sure. I'm really happy for Kern Pharma. I'm really happy for Castrillo, for the Spanish cycling, for the young riders, and for us, for Euskaltel. It's a good motivation. Yeah. We will try, and we expect to take the example of Kern Pharma.
We're in Asturias, but this climb is not like the Angliru in the fact that it stair steps a bit steep, a little bit of quote-unquote flat, steep again. Is that a good explanation, and how would you call the climb itself?
I think it's more interesting, more open, because climbs like Angliru or Cuito Negro with these steep parts, you can't do nothing. Here in this kind of climbs like Covadonga, it's more open. You can do more things. You can have a teammate in the front. You can play in the descent. I think for sure it's more interesting, and we will see.
Your final week of racing, leave it all out there.
Yeah. I'm in a dream. I'm really happy to be here in my last 6 days of professional rider. It's really special for me, and I try to enjoy every meter.
How was your rest day?
Yeah, it was good. Went for a ride. It was raining, which was not so good, but it was good to have a relaxed day.
Is it hard to come into a mountain day like this after a rest day?
I guess it's the same for everyone, but I think the hardest is more doing a time trial after a rest day. That's probably my least favourite options of everything. This Vuelta is pretty hard. So.
And today it's another Hoare category climb, only the second, surprisingly, in this Vuelta. Take us back to your memories in 2021.
2021, finishing up here. I was part of the front of the race for the first 30 kilometres, and then the GC group came back and went over the top of us, and that was the last I saw of it. The worst part of that day was actually the going back to the bus, because it's actually got downhills in the finishing climb, so you've got to climb back up before you can go down. So that was actually the worst part.
Were you happy with the tactics the other day of the team when you were up the road, sending Soler and getting Sivakov up there with you as well? And can you give us an idea of the UAE team tactics today?
Yeah, we were trying to make the race, get some GC time back. We hoped for some other guys like Kus or Gaudu or some of these other guys that Carapaz, who didn't have Garaides in the peloton when we went to come with us, because then it would have been really casino. But unfortunately, that's not what happened, and we played our cards, and that's that.
Really casino. Are we going to have a little bit of a casino up there on that climb today? I mean, what's the climb like? Can you remember exactly what the gradients are like compared to Cuito Negro? It's not quite as steep the whole way up stair stepping. Is that right?
I think the final climb is just who's got your legs. I don't think it's. I think the stage is too long, and people are going to be too conservative to try and hold on to their top 10 GC now to be able to explode the race on a course like this. I think that's stage 20. That's got more of a chance, because it's literally up down all day. This has got too many valleys, but I think today will be breakaway, survives, and then GC group battle from behind.
Are you switching bikes?
Sorry?
Will you be switching bikes at the base?
No, we've only got the one bike, so